There's still time. We've all been told that time waits for no one, but what if that's the very reason so many people hesitate to start at all? Contrary to the often repeated mantra that time is always running out, that it slips through our fingers like grains of sand, I want to present a different perspective, that there's still time, and in fact, more than enough of it, to do the things you've set out to achieve. Let me share this brief, personal story. For years after graduating from university, I found myself standing at a crossroads. I had earned my degree in philosophy, a field known for its deep, abstract musings but rarely seen as a direct path to a conventional career. Like many of my classmates, I had expected the world to open up in front of me after graduation, but the harsh reality of unemployment set in quickly. The dream of immediately stepping into a meaningful, well-paying job felt like a distant mirage. I wasn't alone in this. Many of my peers faced the same fate, some still trying to figure their lives out even now. Some too had been lured back into the academic grind, convinced that another degree, another specialization, might finally unlock the doors to success. It seemed practical, even logical to them. After all, wasn't the world constantly pushing us to accumulate more qualifications, to prove our worth over and over again? And yet, I chose a different path, a harsher, riskier, more uncertain one. I decided not to retreat into the comfort of familiar lecture halls and well-worn textbooks. I also decided not to take just any regular job for working's sake. Instead, I chose to reinvent myself. I chose to learn a new skill, to craft a new path, to take on content creation full-time, a world far removed from the polished debates and endless essays of my philosophy classes. It was a steep learning curve, one that came with its own share of self-doubt and sleepless nights, but it felt authentic. It felt like something that could lead to a life I could be proud of, a life that didn't fit into the neatly defined boxes that society had laid out for me. In doing so, I realized something profound. There is still time. Despite the voices that whisper about deadlines and missed opportunities, despite the relentless ticking of the clock, there is time. Time to reinvent, time to experiment, time to fail and learn from it, time to carve a path that is uniquely yours. Because trust me, familiarizing myself with video editing software and applications haven't been easy. It has taken me loads and loads of watching YouTube videos and practice. There were days that I dreaded getting behind my laptop because everything seemed overwhelming. Not to even talk about the multiple content failures in different fields and on various social media platforms, because I wanted something that would move quickly. But in all this, not once did I believe there wasn't time. Well, even if I did think it had to do with how fast I needed my content to blow, and not necessarily with whatever time I didn't have to perfect my craft. In all, it's taken me over a year to finally start producing this type of content on life and philosophy, and though I'm still undecided on the elements to include in this type of videos, trust me, the learnings have been incredible. I can now make my own thumbnails, whereas just a year ago, I didn't even know what the mobile app, Canva, really was. Isn't that incredible? Putting everything together, it does suggest that I've had so much time on my hands, doesn't it? Time to think of what next to do with my life. Time to research. Time to learn these new skills. Time to put these new skills into use. Time to make mistakes. Time to even learn from my mistakes. And time to start all over again, and again, and again. All these in a space of 3 years. 3 years of which, if I look back, I thought I didn't really have. So where exactly have all the time to make all these strides really come from? You see, the old adages like time and tide wait for no man, or there's no time like the present, were perhaps well-intended, meant to push us into action. But in doing so, they've unintentionally created a new problem, a kind of psychological reluctance, a mental block that keeps us from even beginning. They've trained us to believe that if we don't start now, we're wasting precious, finite moments, that the clock is mercilessly ticking away the chances we'll never get back. But what if this pressure to race against time is exactly what holds so many back? What if the real problem isn't a lack of time, but the fear that we've already missed our moment? Think of a person who wants to go back to school. They've been told over and over that time waits for no one. They look around and see their peers already moving ahead in their careers, making money, seemingly living the life of their dreams. In this moment, they start to panic. 4 years of study suddenly feels like a lifetime. They tell themselves, why waste 4 years getting a degree when I could be earning right now? Or wouldn't I be better off starting something now instead of investing years into an uncertain future? This mindset traps them before they even begin, convincing them that they're already behind, that they'll never catch up. But here's the truth. As long as you're alive, you have time. Your life isn't a sprint to some imaginary finish line. It's a marathon, a winding journey with seasons of growth, rest, change, and reinvention. You're not racing against anyone else's clock. I once came across a post that said, "Is it okay to lock in after age 50?" This question reveals a painful truth. Many people have internalized the lie that there's a cutoff for when it's acceptable to start over, that past a certain age, dreams should be shelved and risks avoided. But why? Who set this arbitrary timeline? Consider this. Someone who fails repeatedly and eventually succeeds is celebrated as resilient, a fighter, a person of grit. But someone who fails once and never tries again is seen as defeated, simply because they believe they had just one shot at getting it right. But what if they knew that they had a lifetime to keep trying, that there was always another chance waiting around the corner? Time isn't just about minutes ticking away. It's about the potential within those minutes. It's about the choices you make to invest in yourself, to start fresh, to redefine your path, no matter where you are or how many detours you've taken. My mates and I had to make career-defining decisions, or so we thought 4 years ago. Perhaps the thought that our lives depended on that one decision at that time pushed most of them to take the easy route. But you don't have to take the easy way out just because it's safe. You don't have to follow the crowd just because it's what everyone else is doing. You have the time to figure out, to struggle and to rise, to stumble and to soar. Whether you're fresh out of school or decades into your journey, know that there is still time. Time to redefine your purpose, to change course, and to make something truly meaningful out of your life. Seize it, cherish it, use it. That degree can still be achieved. That dream job can still be bagged. That new skill can still be learned. That love you fantasized about can still be built. You have to remember this. As long as there is breath in your lungs, there is time. Time to try, to fail, to learn, to get it right, and to start all over if need be. So take that first step. Make your mind up and go for what you want. There's still so much time, not to waste, but to create, to build, and to become the person you've always dreamed of being. Believe it. Act on it. There's still time, so much of it.